This is a very serious show today because, well, Brandon, first off, do we call you retired officer? It's the Officer Tatum show, but you're not an active police officer. Are you retired in that sense, or what's the term?
Yeah, I'm not a cop anymore. I'll always be a cop in heart, but people just call me Officer Tatum and they never stop. So people know me as Officer Tatum. Sometimes I wonder, do people even know my first name? But I'm fine with that. You call me Brandon, Officer Tatum, I'm cool with either one.
Well, I told people in my production department that, hey, I'm going on with Dave Rubin and Brandon Tatum. My friend goes, it's Officer Tatum. I said, yes, sir.
Okay, let's jump over to a couple pieces of international news, and then we will leave you good people for the weekend. Let's talk about Greenland for a little bit, because it is going down. As I said weeks ago, if Trump wants it, it's going to happen one way or another. No one's going to get shot. We're not bombing anyone. Canada's not going to stop us, and here we are. Go.
Well, I'm not going to have to pay anything. We're going to have total access to Greenland. We're going to have all military access that we want. We're going to be able to put what we need on Greenland because we want it. We're talking about national security and international security. So we're going to not have to pay anything other than the fact that we are building the Golden Dome, and the Golden Dome is going to be something that's going to be very amazing. It'll be Israel times probably 100. And we need it. I think we need it. And it's all going to be made in the United States. We have the best weapons in the world. We have the best companies in the world. We want them to produce faster. And, we've put a mandate out. You're going to have to produce faster, whether it's the Patriots or the Tomahawks or the F-35s or anything else. We make the best equipment, but they have to make it a lot faster.
So, Brandon, as we're recording this, we're finding out a little more information about what the deal structure is going to look like. But it was just fairly obvious to me from the beginning. Trump said we're going to do it. Denmark, yes, they planted a flag there a long time ago after the war, but they've basically done nothing there. It's a massive landmass, 57,000 people who might like the protections of the United States, and even Mark Carney in Canada, who's pretending that he can stop Trump. He will be happy when there is a missile defense from, say, Russia or some other bad countries a globe away that he can't do anything about. So this seems all good to me. Do you see any downside on this?
No. I love the posturing, too. I love that America is strong. I love what we're saying on a national scale. And we got to quit playing games and acting like these people really are in competition with us. Denmark can't do nothing about it. Trump is trying to be nice. He's trying to give people money. Or if they don't want the money, he's trying to do it diplomatically. They're not going to stop us. Canada can't do anything anyway. I don't know why their leader is even opening his mouth. These people are nowhere near the capabilities of the United States of America. The only reason they exist and they haven't been taken over is because of the United States of America. I said this yesterday on my show, and I'm not trying to be, hyperbolic, but I got friends in Canada that I love. All my friends in Canada want to be Americans. But, right. if we wanted to take over Canada, and they don't realize, we don't even need our military. People in Idaho and people in Montana, they don't even have guns. Yeah. Like our regular citizens can go to Canada and take it over, to be quite honest. So they don't really want to play this game. And I'm glad that Donald Trump is the adult in the room, because we need to stop lying to ourselves. This is for national security. Everything that I've read about Greenland and the strategic positioning for America in Greenland, it's all good and it's all pro-American. And if people have a problem with it, then tough luck. Trump is going to do what he's going to do, and that's exactly what I voted for.
And by the way, I'll have my guys lay in a map, and then you can really see why, if you were worried, say, about Russia particularly, but China as well, that Greenland and the Arctic is going to be the at least the buffer of the next battlefield. Adam, part of my thing with this is that I think a certain set of people who would otherwise be all for this, they just think America can't do anything good anymore. Oh, yeah. They just think, we've done all these things, these screwy things in the past, and they're all hung up on Iraq usually. And I'm not defending the Iraq war, or I'm not defending Afghanistan war or anything else. But that was not Trump. And Trump does do things right and differently. And to me, so it's almost like a lack of imagination is what I think.
So look, name one person in America today that you trust more than Trump. It's always interesting because everything is binary. So you start to see polling about Trump. Well, I don't like what Trump's doing, and I don't approve of this, and I'm not a fan of it. It's like, okay, who do you trust more, Trump or Kamala? Oh, yeah, for sure, Trump. Who do you trust more, Trump or Joe Biden? Joe Biden, is he still alive? Who do you trust more, Trump or fill in the blank? They always pick Trump. So it's so easy to crap on Trump if there's no Trump or blank. We have elections for a reason, and he won this mandate for a reason. By the way, speaking of Greenland, what's the biggest city in Greenland? Nobody knows. Who's the #1 musical artist from Greenland? Who knows? Who cares?
Green Day?
Who's the famous actor? Nobody knows one thing about Greenland. Not one. I don't know. Greenland isn't even green. Apparently, it's full of ice. And
it's not as big. It's not as big as people think it is.
I had no clue. That's what she said. But listen, nobody knows a thing about Greenland. But the problem with the internet and the problem with everyone having opinions, you know how that goes. Everyone has opinions, and they all of a sudden, I don't think we should do something about Greenland. When's the last time you woke up and thought about Greenland? When's the last time you woke up and thought about Green Day? Shout out to them.
The only difference is there are people in Russia and China who do think about it. Maybe not the average Russian and Chinese, but the leaders do, and we know, and it's exactly why we did the Venezuela.
So let's let the experts who have focused on Greenland take the lead here, rather than being like, I don't think we should do anything about Greenland. You don't know, user 574 on YouTube, anything about Greenland.
Well, they just want to hate Donald Trump. Like they have this lens where anything that he does is bad in them. But I really hope that Donald Trump does what he says, and let's see how it go. You know, I trust our president. I trust our country.